Well, thanks for staying with us. It gives me great pleasure to bring on board Mr. Vipin Anand, Managing Director of LIC, India's largest life insurance firm, to talk about the insurance sector, his view on the economy, and how exactly LIC has been really approaching the equity market. Remember, in India, LIC is the biggest investor in terms of a institutional presence, and LIC typically has always been a very smart investor in the market. They buy fear, they sell greed. So what is the update on that front also? Mr. Anand, good morning. Thank you for joining us. Season's greetings, and on behalf of everyone from ET Now, happy Dussehra. The economy, Mr. Anand, is making a comeback. A lot of companies are indicating that they are back to the pre-COVID levels in terms of demand. What is your assessment of the insurance sector? Are we back to where are we back to the pre-COVID levels?
Because today we are very positive in our new business premium. Our individual new premium as on date is 17% plus over last year at the same stage. I think a strong double-digit growth is what should cheer up the entire community. Group insurance premium, we are doing fairly well. We have collected more than 65,000 crore in that. So the total new premium in the current year has crossed the magical figure of 1 lakh crore already. 1 lakh crore is essentially 1 trillion rupees. So that is on the new business premium front. Similarly, in the renewal premium front also, we have crossed 1,03,000 crore. So another trillion coming up there. If you look at the investment income, the interest income of on our investments alone has crossed another 1 trillion. So lot of cash coming in. And consequently, there have been matching investments also. We have also adequately taken care of our customers. Let me share with you, so far we have paid more than 95 lakh maturity and survival benefit claims, amounting to more than 54,000 crore rupees. And another almost 4.5 lakh death claims amounting to a shade over 8,000 crore rupees. So another, let us say, 100,000, no, not 100,000, like 95,000 and 8,000 is 1,03,000 claims also paid. So a lot of money put in the hand of the customers.
Mr. Anand, insurance as a category, both at individual level and at health level, has made a comeback. Insurance was supposed to be a push product where you had to sell insurance via agents, you had to convince people to buy insurance, you had to create awareness and need for insurance. But given that the pandemic has been a realization for all of us that we not only need to protect our health but also lives of our, but also the future income of our near and dear ones, has there been a dramatic change in the way how insurance as a category is now being perceived?
Definitely, it has created a lot of awareness. And I think maybe even with a lower activity level of the agents, if we are getting these kind of numbers, that definitely shows a positive move in this direction. One thing which also I have seen is that it is not only the increase in insurance awareness on that count, it is also an awareness of the amount of insurance one needs. Because the ticket size of the policies and the size of policies has also increased during this period. That has been one thing. Besides that, there is an almost 100% growth in the digital insurance. Of course, that is not very large. In India, still online insurance numbers are very small comparatively. But whatever is there, there is a more than 100% growth. The biggest thing which has come is in the side of online premium payments. During this period, our online payments, digital payments through all the modes have increased from 28% to 42%. So 42% of the total premiums are now coming online. And if you look at the amount, almost 84% of the premium amount today is coming online. I think that has been a huge shift.
84% of the premium is now coming online. That's a huge number for a company like LIC, which in a sense is really present in the talukas and the nooks and the corners of India. So when an organization like LIC goes digital, and when you are morphing into a different platform, what will be the implications of that for LIC, for the insurance industry, for the processes, and also for the entire for the entire chain? Because the way insurance in a sense is sold is that you have agents who get big fat commissions from the insurance companies. Will that entire chain now change?
We have already been changing our business model, and for more than 20 years now, we have not opened any full-fledged new branch. What we have done is that we have opened 2-man satellite offices and expanded further. So from 2,048 branches at the time of privatization, we have opened almost 1,500 and odd satellite offices which are there. Besides that, we have empowered our agents and development officers to collect premiums and other things, that they have opened their own offices. So today we have more than 30,000 premium points and Life Plus offices spread throughout the country. I think that has given us a huge reach in collection. In fact, if we look at Mumbai, or rather the whole of Maharashtra, almost 73% of the premium has now shifted out of the cash counter. It doesn't come to the cash counter anymore. So that business model has already changed to a large extent, even before the corona. But now, definitely, this has accelerated the process. And what we are trying to do is shift the other services also out, not only out of our offices, but onto the laptops, iPads, and the mobile phones of the customer, so that they are able to get all their services at their fingertips, rather than being dependent on LIC offices or anybody else.
Well, Mr. Anand, LIC term products are very strong. You're a market leader there. On the ULIP front, you've not been able to create the same kind of a magic. Also on the pension front, also some would imagine that LIC does not have that kind of robustness.
There are two parts of your question. First is pension, and the second is ULIP. I will address them separately. In fact, let me share with you, there is some misunderstanding on this. We are effectively the pension providers to the nation. 70% of our premium today is coming from our pension products. And beside that, we have a company called LIC Pension Fund, which has AUM of more than 1 lakh crore currently. Besides this, through our group and superannuity schemes to the employees of private companies and a lot of public sector and government companies also, we are providing insurance. So there is a huge number of annuity or pension payments which we are making every month. In fact, outside of the government sector, most of the pension business is concentrated with the LIC. So that is the situation as far as pension products are concerned. ULIP, consciously at one point of time, we withdrew because we felt that maybe the market was not really ready for this kind of a product. People did not really understand the share market and ULIP products, and some difficulties were happening. So we withdrew for a certain time, but at the time when we were doing extremely well. Now we feel that with the kind of situation created by the mutual funds and the share market boom also in the recent decade, there is a lot of awareness now. People understand this kind of investment. So it is a time to once again enter into this field. And we are today in the market once again with 3 very good products. We have a product called New Endowment Plus, which has been there earlier. And then in March, we introduced our single premium product, Nivesh Plus, and another product, regular premium product, which can also be taken in a monthly mode, that is SIIP. So with these 3 products, we are doing fairly well. And after Corona also, we have sold almost 25,000 policy with substantial premium in the current year. And now, with the interest rates going down, I think ULIP is going to be more of a flavor, and LIC will be there wherever people need us.
So, Mr. Anand, the concern for LIC is that interest rates have come down. Large part of your investments are still in government securities, and the yields now are near 6%, sub 6% now. Could that have an impact on your future payouts?
You see, the investment returns through G-Secs are going to be an issue because right now the G-Sec interest rates have gone very low, and we have substantial investments in G-Secs. But we are trying to compensate with the equity market. And let me share another good news with you, that as against 4,500 crore equity profits in the last year up to September. This year, we have earned more than 15,000 crore. So we intend to make up what we lost in the debt market to better gains in the equity market.
So would you be looking at increasing your investment towards equity as a category? Low interest rates, will they force you, or are they forcing you to change your aggregate asset allocation?
That will depend in the market on the market situation, but let me share with you, as against 30,000 crore last year, we have already invested more than 50,000 crore. So if good opportunities are there, if shares are available at good valuations, that might happen.
So without getting into any specifics here, suddenly LIC is playing a very large role in shareholder activism. LIC historically has not been very active in shareholder activism. Is this the new LIC we are looking at now, where you are really going to be actively voicing your concerns as a shareholder, as an investor?
I'm not going to comment on any actions taken recently or earlier. I would only like to comment one thing, that the integral part of LIC's investment policy, always since 1956, has been that it has to be always customer focused. Whatever is in the interest of the policy holders, whatever is going to give them a better return, is what LIC has always been doing. Only thing is that now there is, like you were discussing earlier, with the reduction in yields on bonds, there is going to be more pressure on us. So maybe that has to be kept in consideration, that equity returns are going to become more and more important.
Controversy hai thoda. What are the trends you are seeing, Mr. Anand, both in the rural segment and in the urban segment? Now for the first time, rural India is making a comeback. There are surpluses and savings which are getting created there. Has that translated into more demand and more shift towards insurance and ULIPs as a category? Do you think that next couple of years you could see a significant uptick from semi-urban and rural markets?
I don't think it is reflected in our performance. Our performance is totally broad-based. There is all-round growth everywhere. In fact, I would say that as of now, there is possibly more growth in the urban areas.
Government wants to take LIC public, Mr. Anand. It's there in the public domain. Now, for a company or organization like the size of LIC to go public, there is a lot of preparedness which needs to be done. Data preparedness of the organization, both in terms of more openness of quarterly numbers and monthly updates. Is LIC as an organization ready to go public?
Today we are totally digitized. We had huge problem with the huge queues at cash counters. Now most of those queues have vanished. And like I said, 72% of premium is out of LIC's office. 42% is coming online. These are the kinds of things which we have accomplished. One thing I would like to give to my people at the branch level, at the division level, at the national level, whether it is the employees, officers, agents, development officers, everybody, that they have tremendous capacity to perform and produce results in any kind of a situation. Corona is another example of this. And I'm sure that IPO is not beyond us. We are fully capable of coming up to all the challenges which are there. And within the shortest possible period we can do. The only thing is, we cannot set a timeline as on today, because this kind of a thing has never been done, at least in India. An organization of the size and complexity of LIC of India going for an IPO will have to face huge amount of challenges, so many complications cropping up unexpectedly, which will have to be done. But I'm fully confident of my team, of the resilience of the organization, and the capacity of people to put in hard work in a time-bound manner. I'm very hopeful.
Mr. Anand, in the last couple of years, every PSU company, whether it's telecom or banks or even airlines, the PSU companies have lost market share. But for LIC, the story is very different. LIC has managed to really being a firm leader in the life insurance market. Of course, you've lost market share because it was a monopoly business. But relatively, given that how PSU market share in other businesses have got completely destroyed, LIC has managed to stand out. So what's the secret sauce here?
Yeah, I would just like to say one thing. Now, market share is a very strange kind of an animal. In 2000, we were holding 100% market share because we were a monopoly government company. As soon as a new customer comes in and sells one single policy, I lose a market share. Even though I might have sold 1 lakh policies or 10 lakh policies more than last year. Okay, so anybody who is coming in the market is not coming for their health. They are coming to do business. So they will do business. They will exploit the market to their advantage. But that does not mean that I am losing business. The difference in losing market share and losing business is huge. We have lost market share, you can say, because the market has expanded. The new players have helped in expanding the market and they have taken a piece out of that. But they have definitely not taken anything out of my business because like I told earlier, in individual business, during the last 20 years of an open life insurance sector, we have grown by 13 and a half times. You just look at the CAGR of that. In group insurance, we have grown by more than 40 times. So I think when we are talking about market share, the context has to be understood properly.
So where do you see growth now moving for the life insurance sector? Given that ULIP is coming back, market conditions are decent, do you see a double-digit growth for the sector and within that a slightly higher growth for LIC?
Next 3 years, I would be looking at definitely a more than 15% growth. And what I would be wanting more is also a growth in number of policy because that has suffered due to certain things. And with the number of growth in policies, where the premium growth can go, you cannot predict today. But even with the current standards, I very easily expect anything from a 15 to 20% CAGR.
And finally, what is LIC's current market share and acceptance of a brand within the millennials? Would you like to walk us through that? How much of the new business is coming from millennials and is LIC brand resonating well with millennials also?
I would like to remove another misconception about LIC. Let me share with you. Today, more than 60% of my agents are millennials and more than 60% of my customers are millennials. So there is a huge attraction even in the millennial population about a company like LIC because we have proven that we are as good and maybe better than everybody else, whether it is on the technology front, whether it is on the products front, whether it is on the return front. And all our traditional products have been selling well in the millennial segment also. But again, I do hope that in future what is going to happen is that term assurance is going to take up in a big way. Similarly, I expect that ULIP products will take up in a big way, especially looking at the rate of returns going down in the interest rate market and the fixed deposits. So that trend is going to be there. Another thing I expect is that now people will realize the importance of insurance more and go more towards stability than returns. Share market is very attractive to those who can really handle it well, but most of the people can't. So it's not for the general public. For the general public, maybe products like insurance and ULIP will remain a good bet for a long time to come. And I expect that at least for the next 3, 4, 5 years, even the millennial population will be looking at that.
Well, Mr. Anand, so good to have you on ET now. Wish you and your family a happy Dussehra. Once again, stay safe and thank you for accommodating this interview request.
Thank you very much, Nikunj. And once again, my heartiest congratulations and best wishes to you and your family and all the viewers on the occasion of Diwali. I hope this Diwali will really bring the brightness and the light which we have been hoping for a long time. And post Diwali, the entire scenario will be something more safe, more healthy. Till that time, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.
All right, there you have it, that exclusive interview with LIC talking about how they're very positive on the new business premium. The interest cost on investments as well has managed to cross 1 lakh crores, and they've also spoken about 100% increase in their digital insurance and how they have been changing their business model and effectively saying they are the pension providers to the nation.